We will read in this week's Sedra of Shoftim, "Judges and officers shall you appoint in all your cities, and they shall judge the people with righteous judgment." It appears that these are two separate commandments. First, you should appoint judges and police in all your cities. This commandment is applicable to the people. The second commandment, that they should judge the nation with righteousness, is applicable to the judges. However, the Vilna Gaon, in his Sefer Aderes Eliyahu, states that this is just one commandment that is applicable to the nation. They should only appoint those judges who they know for certain will judge righteously. Seemingly, corruption and bribery have no relevance to the common person, only to the rich. The Vilna Gaon states that the verse, "You shall not pervert judgment, you shall not respect someone's presence, and you shall not accept a bribe," is also directed to the nation, to the common person. At times, we are led by politicians in the process of selecting and electing judges. We are blinded and choose judges whom we don't really know. We don't know who they really are. Are they capable and competent? Are they responsible and upright? Are they dedicated to the law and interested in rooting out crime? Many times, they are nominated as candidates for judgeships based on who they know and or what small favors they have done for the right person or group. We, in the Jewish community, are bribed, seduced by the one who is aspiring for office, by him or her attending a synagogue service, and perhaps saying a few words in Hebrew or Yiddish. The Torah tells us that when selecting judges, you shall not pervert judgment, you shall not respect someone's presence, and you shall not accept a bribe. The sages in the Talmud Sanhedrin 7b warned about the danger of appointing unsuitable judges. The sages state, "Anyone who appoints a judge who is not fit, it is as if he plants an Asherah, an idolatrous tree." The commentators ask, it is true that this lesson is based on the proximity of the portion regarding judges to the prohibition of, "You shall not plant for yourselves an idolatrous tree." However, immediately thereafter it also states, "And you shall not erect for yourselves a single stone for idol worship." So why is the comparison specifically to an Asherah, an idolatrous tree? Why isn't the comparison simply to idol worship, to an image, to a statue, to an idol? A possible answer is that idol worship to a stone, wood, or metal is indeed unworthy and symbolizes depravity and immorality. However, it is still only an inanimate object. It cannot bleed, it cannot grow, it cannot produce any fruit. On the other hand, an Asherah, an idolatrous tree, grows, takes root, and spreads. So too an unworthy judge. With his injustice, he proliferates sin and crime. With this, we can understand the connection of the beginning of this week's Sedra to the ending portion of Egla Arufa. If a murdered body is found and the perpetrator is unknown, then all the Kohanim, elders and leaders of the nearest city, must wash their hands and offer an atonement, declaring, "Our hands have not spilled this blood, and our eyes did not see." Rashi asks, is there any suspicion that the elders of the court are murderers? Reb Mehel Zlochover, may his merit protect us, in his Sefer Kav Vinoki, states that the actions and thoughts of the elders, the leaders, influence society, and they create an atmosphere that can go so astray, even murder can result. In our days, we can very easily understand this concept. Judges see the potential and possibility of one becoming a murderer, and yet they let him go free. Therefore, they bear the guilt. This is applicable to every leader, to every judge, and to every individual. You shall remove the innocent blood from your midst when you do what is upright in the eyes of Hashem. In this week's Sedra, we will also read the commandment, "You shall surely set over yourself a king." The Jews must appoint a king. It shall be when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, he shall write for himself 2 copies of this Torah in a book from before the Kohanim and the Leviim. He has to write a Sefer Torah that he must copy from the Sefer Torah that is kept by the Kohanim and Levim. The commentators ask, the king had to have 2 Sifrei Torah, one, just like all Jews, and a small one that he always carried on his arm. So why isn't he able to copy the second Sefer Torah from the first one that he already had? Why did he have to copy specifically from the Sefer Torah that is found by the Kohanim? Possibly, the answer is that the king must, first of all, recognize the position and authority of the Kohanim. Also, since one can falsely interpret the Torah to arrive at ideas that one adopts, as was done by the Sadducees and other reformers. Surely King Yanai also carried with him a small Torah. Nevertheless, he still got lost and strayed from true Judaism. Therefore, the commandment is that this special Torah must be written according to the instruction and under the supervision of the Kohanim, of the Torah scholars, and that it should be authentic, true Torah. According to the king's way of life, his conduct and leadership, will his Torah be a model for all the nation. If he acts in accordance with true Torah values, then he will prolong his years over his kingdom, he and his sons, amid Israel. Have a very good Shabbos.